Hi everyone, this is another interview release to support our 3-part docu-series Israel Key's Life in Full Detail, and there is more evidence coming, especially if you are a subscriber to Crime Culture Media at crimecult.com, which is where you can watch the 3-part documentary. So make sure you go check it out. All of the episodes have a couple minutes of free previews so you can get an idea of what the documentary is about. Segments of this interview are included in episode 3 of the docu-series. And this one is particularly sad because we hear the heartbreak of Samantha Koenig's boyfriend when he speaks to the Alaskan Police Department officers about his missing girlfriend. Though we also learn a lot about Samantha and a lot of heartbreaking things as well. The way that she was treated by her previous boyfriend, which was so terrible that her current boyfriend at the time, Dwayne, actually thought that he might be the one who had abducted Samantha from the coffee kiosk. We learn more about Samantha's life, and in my opinion, being transparent with evidence is very important because it allows us to look at victims as a whole person and not just as kind of this terrible thing that happened. Do you know what I mean? And that's why segments are included in the documentary, and that's why I'm releasing it here. If you're really interested in this case like I am, please give this video a thumbs up and also leave a comment and let me know what you think. So here is the full interview with Samantha Koenig's boyfriend.
What's your name?
Last name.
Okay, and your number?
I just recently got it changed, so I don't really know it.
Where are you living at?
I'm living at his address.
Okay, and you said you knew your license number?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's your date of birth, Dwayne? Okay, and I guess it's your girlfriend that works at Common Grounds?
Yes, sir.
Right? What's her name?
Her name's Samantha Koenig. Koenig.
What's Samantha's middle name?
Tesla.
Tesla? Does she go by Sam, or does she go by Samantha? Or what does she go by?
Both.
She goes by both? Okay. So, I came in on the tail end and stuff, the other two officers. Tell me what's going on. She works at Common Grounds. How long has she worked here?
About a month.
About a month?
And a half, yeah.
Okay. Is this normal? Does she do the barista type work, or is this just her first job doing this type of stuff?
I think this is her second barista job. Before this, she was working at Sea Galley. And then before that, she was working at Harley Davidson.
Okay, at the Harley Davidson store?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what does she do there?
She was a cashier.
Okay, same thing at the Sea Galley? Cashier type?
She was a hostess.
Hostess? Okay, and she lives with you over on the Iowa address?
Yes, sir. That's her and her dad's house.
Her and her dad's house? Okay, and I guess we haven't seen her today? We don't know where she's at, is that?
It all last night. So yesterday.
Well, when's the last time you physically saw her?
Yesterday.
Yesterday at about what time?
About 4 o'clock was when I left her work. Because I walked from home to here, and she let me take her truck so I could go to work and not have to walk.
Okay, so she's working here. Last time you saw her is at 4 o'clock. What time does she normally get off work?
8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Did you talk to her by phone or text any time between that 4 and 8 o'clock?
I talked to her at 7:45. She said she was going to call her cousin and get a ride because I had the truck. She was going to come to my work and pick up the truck. And then I called her back about 7:50, 7:55 and asked if she answered and was going to give her a ride. And she said no. She said that she was just going to walk. I told her not to do that. She said, don't walk. And then I talked to my boss at Suite 100 where I work. And I asked him, I said, I have the only means of transportation for me and my girlfriend. I'm wondering if I can get off the clock. pick her up, come back, and then get back on the clock and finish my shift. He said that was fine. I left at 8:18 there, got here at about 8:25, in between 8:25 and 8:33, and the lights were shut off, which usually doesn't happen at night. Usually the lights are kept on. Everything looked locked up. I parked the truck where that Jeep is. I got out of the truck and I called her phone a couple times, and I was looking through the windows to see if she left it at work.
Okay, you said 8:15 you left Suite 100?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you got here about what time?
About 8:25, 8:33, in between there. Because the truck was cold when I left, so I had to keep stopping and turn it off, turn it back on, let it warm up a little bit.
Was Common Grounds locked up? Was it all locked up?
Well, I didn't try to get in it, but from
You didn't try a door or anything like that?
Because I didn't want to try to get pinned with a breaking and entering.
Yeah, but I mean, if she's not by the window and the lights are on, it'd seem...
Lights were off. The lights were off last night.
Okay, but you said you said some of the lights were on?
Usually the lights are left on.
Okay.
At night when she closes up. And they were all off last night. I was just looking through the windows. Everything looked locked up. I was just looking through the windows on the counters trying to see if she left her phone.
Now, when you say the lights are off, I mean, was it totally blacked out?
Yeah.
And you didn't try the door, huh?
No, sir.
So what did you do then?
I went back to work, and I kept calling and calling and calling, and I got no answer. I finished my shift, and then I got off work. I took the truck to the gas station, and I kept calling my whole way home. I went to go put $6 in gas, and then I went home.
Where did you gas at?
Went to the Chevron on International and Old Seward. Right across the street from Peanut Farm.
And about what time was that?
God, I don't remember, man. I'm sorry. I got off.
You pretty thin on fuel? I mean, you go straight to the gas station?
Yes, sir. That's exactly. I went straight to the gas station, and then I ended up...
What time did you get off?
I think it was close to 11. I ended up leaving the store, or the restaurant, at about, I think it was 11:18, 11:20.
Okay, so...
Because, I mean, I can look at the phone call, and I'll know.
Maybe got there by 11:30?
Home, yeah.
Well, to the gas station?
The gas station, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you keep calling, there's no answer. Are you texting, or are you calling, or you do a combination of
I
both?
was doing both.
Okay.
I mean, you can see before this, because my phone deletes after there's so many in there. Before this, when I was on my way here, I called 28 times. I got no answer. And then...
How long have you been dating Samantha?
Almost 9 months.
Almost 9 months. Has she ever done anything like this in the past? Has she ever been where you can't get a hold of her for a day, a half a day, 2 days, anything like that?
Yes, sir.
Nothing whatsoever?
She's always answered, and even if she hasn't, I kept calling when she was pissed off, mad at me. And she'd answer and just say, "Stop calling me, I'm mad at you," or something. But she would answer the phone and let me know she was okay.
Okay, so you get home last night, nothing whatsoever?
No.
What time was she due to work this morning?
1 o'clock.
Okay, so you come over here at 1 and she's not here? Or you come over a little before?
We came at 12:30 and waited and talked to the girl in there asking if she called or anything. And she said no. So we parked over here And then her boss called whatever, because he goes by.
Okay, and that's Sam's father?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And said someone jumped through the window, made her kill the lights, and then took her and took all the money.
And how does the owner know that?
The cameras around the building.
Is she around the Common Grounds building?
Yes, sir. She can view them through her home. She's in Oregon right now. She can view them through her home.
Did she look at the camera footage before talking to you guys or after talking to you guys?
Well, at first, I called the location on Dowling in Old Seward, explaining the situation, trying to get his phone number from the girl that works there.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that she couldn't help me out because, for whatever reason, she said she couldn't help me. So,
did you ask her to pass a message for you since she wouldn't give you a number?
No, I think she just did it.
Okay. So, calls you, says she hasn't, that Sam hasn't showed up for work.
She called, reviewing the tapes, and said that everything looked normal as a normal closing. But then, after that, she called him again and told him that she was looking at the wrong tape and that her husband found the right one. He said that a man jumped through the window, made her turn the lights off, and took her. And then, after she was out, he went back in and closed everything up and just make it look normal.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about Sam. She's what, 18? Going on 19?
19 in October.
Okay.
August, I'm sorry.
And you say you've been dating her for about 9 months, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you know about her history? Is prior boyfriends? Do you know any of the prior boyfriends? She hasn't been married, obviously. What about kids? Does she have any kids? Okay, so nobody be upset about child custody or anything like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you don't know much about prior boyfriends?
No. I know her ex-boyfriend got her into drugs and passed bad checks.
You know what his last name is?
No, sir, I do not.
Describe him. Have you ever met him?
Never met him.
Okay, is he a white guy, black guy, native guy?
I don't know.
No idea at all,
I don't know anything about it.
But got her into drugs?
Yes, sir. And then she's been clean for, I think, going on a year. This isn't like her at all.
Okay. Is she using anything right now? And I don't care about any of that. I'm just asking because I ask questions. You know, we need to explore all stuff. What was her drug of choice when she was with?
She was using cocaine.
Cocaine. Okay. Is she smoking it or snorting it or a combination?
I don't know.
Okay. You've been with her for 9 months. You guys live together. Is she, not that she completely fall off the wagon, but I mean, is she sampling?
No,
I mean, doing a little bit of coke from time to time?
No, sir. I'd be able to tell. And I mean, I'm with her every day, almost all day, except for when we go to work. And then she's there to pick me up after work. And I mean, if she were doing it again, even in small amounts, I would know.
Okay. What about alcohol or anything like that? Does she drink a little bit of alcohol?
No, only with me at the house.
Okay. Does she owe anybody any money that you know of?
Only her mom's boyfriend or husband, whoever, but that's for her truck payment. That's paying off the rest of her truck.
Okay. And I take it her mom and split up.
Yes, sir.
Any idea how much money she owes him? Is she back a few payments with it?
$680. She's on the payments. we're caught up. I'm helping her through it, and she owes $680, and then she pays for the insurance.
Okay. Has she said anything to you in the past week or so? Anything unusual at work? People scoping the place out? Any frequent flyers? Guys that keep coming by? Guys that have been hanging out, watching the place? Anything at all unusual with her work lately?
She said that 2 people have came in, a male and a female, at different days, different times, asking if she was scared that she would get robbed. She said no, this place has cameras everywhere.
Okay. Did she describe either of those 2 to you?
She did not.
She thought that was a little bit odd, though?
Yes, sir.
Does she have very much cash with her? Any idea?
Well, from what she made in tips last night, which isn't anything over $20, and then this morning when the opener came in, there was no money in the deposit or in the till. But it's not like same old.
Okay, so you don't think that she might have gone to a motel or something like that, or hanging out at a motel for some crazy reason?
Not if someone jumped through the window.
Okay. Well, I'm asking, and I haven't seen the video, and I don't know. So, we try and think of all the different things. There's no recent problems in the past week or 2 between you and her, big blowout fights, anything like that?
We have little arguments every now and again, but
and that's common for couples to do, you bet. Would you say any time that would happen and you would call her, she would always at least answer the phone and tell you to quit bugging her, right?
Yeah. That she was going to just spend the day with her friend and come home later tonight.
Have you got any idea where we might be able to find her at all?
I have an idea of who might have did it, because this gentleman raped my girlfriend.
Okay, does she know who this guy is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, why would you think that he'd have something to do with it?
Because
he raped her on a previous occasion?
Yeah, about 2.5 months ago, something like that. And then...
Did she report that?
Yes, sir, in the files, the charges were dropped.
For what reason? Because there was not enough evidence? Okay, what's his name?
I think you spelled the last name, but it could be bird as an actual flying animal.
Okay. How old? Any idea?
20s.
20-ish?
Yeah.
Is he white, native, black?
He's white.
What makes you think that he may have done this? Is he trying to get back at her, you think?
That's what I think.
Okay. Have you had any interaction with her lately?
Not lately. When everything was hunky-dory fine, I mean, he sold me weed a couple times.
Okay. So you know him for a while?
No, I only knew him for about a month, and then it happened.
Okay. Where'd you meet at?
I always met him at his house.
Okay. Where's his house at?
I don't know the physical address, but I could take you there.
Okay. Can you give me a description in town?
Off Raspberry, as there's the Holiday Inn, and then you take a left.
Okay, that's going down Northwood?
Yes, sir. And then decent amount down the road, it's where...
Do you turn left or right off of Northwood?
Turn left.
Okay, so on Country Woods?
No.
That's a little ways down. 80th is about the first one by the post office. You have to keep going past the post office?
Past the post office.
Okay, and then take a left after that?
It's onto a road that goes into a neighborhood.
Yeah, Country Woods goes back into a neighborhood there, and then there's Lamplighter and a couple other streets back up in there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I couldn't... I'm sorry, I don't have this information. I wish I did. But I could take you there.
What was Samantha wearing last night?
Fuck, I don't even No. She has these fuzzy boots, but they're actually slippers. They go up to about here. I think she was wearing black leggings.
Okay, was she wearing a skirt or pants?
Just leggings.
Just leggings? Okay, over a long shirt then? Over like a
long shirt, yeah.
A long sweatshirt?
Yeah.
Okay. What color's your hair?
Brown.
Brown? Is it long, short?
It's like a dirty blonde. I mean, if you asked her dad, I don't really pay attention to hair color. I mean, not just
okay. Is it long though? Is it short?
It goes down to about here.
Okay.
On her back, in the shower, it goes to about here.
Okay. Do you have any mutual friends with this dude?
No.
Any dudes that you know that hang around with him or know him at all?
No.
Was there after this, and I'm calling it an allegation because I don't know, but after this assault allegation by her against, was there any threatening texts to her, any threatening calls that she ever mentioned to you?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of, nothing you ever saw on her phone?
All the text messages that I saw on her phone from him were, why don't you just actually tell people what really happened, blah, blah, blah. But she would never cheat on me, and I know that. It's not her. And she's not gonna lie about getting raped, because it's happened before.
Okay. Alright, well, anything else you can think of?
I'm sorry.
Let me ask you this.
I saw someone in her truck at 3 o'clock this morning.
In her truck?
Yes, sir.
At home?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you see there?
I opened the door at about 3 o'clock to check if her truck was still there, to see if she came and got it and just left. But her truck was there, and I went outside, and I was in my slippers and my robe, and I went up to the gate at the house, and when the guy saw me, he was in a black ski mask, wearing all black clothes. It looked like he had gloves on. I could not tell if he was white or black or whatever. Couldn't tell his ethnicity. But he had the keys to her truck because there was no damage.
And you're positive the truck was locked when you parked it there?
Yes, sir. The only thing that was taken from the truck was her ID. And we did not report it.
Any reason we didn't report it?
I just figured that she just had someone go get something out of her truck. She was mad at me or something, had a bad day. This isn't like her.
Did she normally leave her ID in the truck? I mean, at work here, doesn't she normally carry her ID with her?
Usually she has the truck, and it's in on her visor. There's like a CD case thing where it's got pockets and zippers. Usually it's in one pocket that I had a couple of receipts in. And after the guy left, and after I got her dad, like I saw him walking.
Did you say anything to him?
I said, can I fucking help you? That's all I said.
Mm-hmm. Did he take off running, or did he walk away nonchalantly? Or
walked away like nothing ever happened.
And this was over on the Iowa address, right?
Yes, sir. And then, like Iowa and Spenard goes like this. He was walking towards McRae, and that's it.
And this was about 3 o'clock yesterday morning, or this morning?
This morning.
Okay. You're pretty sure of all the times you gave me? I mean, it sounds like you're almost spot on. I mean, you're checking your watch, you're checking your cell phone, how are you getting all the times?
Checking my cell phone, because I would call almost every 2 minutes, or every time I couldn't get through, I would call again, and then I'd call again, and again.
Okay. Did you give me your phone number? What's a good phone number for you?
That
Okay.
I recently got my phone number changed from a 227 number because of calls I didn't want to get from girls and all that other stuff. I just wasn't trying to have problems with my girlfriend.
Okay.
So I got my phone number changed.
Let me ask you this, and once again, I don't care one way or another, but do you owe anybody any money? Do you have any drug debts or anything goofy like that?
Yes, sir.
That somebody would want to snatch her in order to put pressure on you to get you to pay those debts?
Yes, sir.
And I don't care if you're doing drugs or whatever. We're here for Samantha.
No,
so I need you to be perfectly honest with me.
I would be honest with you, and I am right now. I have no money owed to anyone. I'm working Sweet 100. I'm looking to get a vehicle, so I'm trying to save up. But I'm also trying to pay bills.
So nothing you can think about of anybody who's trying to get at you through her then?
No.
All right. Okay, well, sit tight for a sec. I'll be back in a few minutes, okay, man? I appreciate it. Officer Hamish has contact tape with at 6:30 East Tudor. Be off tape or on pause. So Officer Hamish, it's 2/2/2012 at 1340, and it's APD case number 125307, 5307. And that was contact tape with the second off tape.
Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you thought that it was interesting, please give this video a like and also comment below and let me know what you think. My name is Victoria Evans. Be safe out there.